Hello again. So today we're going to look at a new program. We looked at the basic one before. We're going to figure out how to make the robot go forward until it hits the touch sensor and then go backwards by touching the touch sensor. And this will be in a loop. So this is essentially what it's going to do until the battery runs out or until you stop it. So the first thing we're going to do is open up a notepad. And so I want you to open up a notepad, click it to the side here, and watch the video on the other side. Okay, it's important that you don't just alternate between the video and what we're doing. Okay, you need to have two programs on at once. A little bit of multitasking. So the first step we're going to do is number one: move the robot forward. Okay. Number two, we're going to move the robot forward until it hits the touch sensor. Okay, so hit touch sensor. Okay, number three, reverse. Can't spell reverse. The robot, and then fourth, hit touch sensor. And then fifth is looping. So this is what we want to do. We want to move the robot forward till it hits the touch sensor, then reverse the robot, then hit the touch sensor, then move the robot forward, then it hits the touch sensor, reverse, etc. So you can see what we're doing. So we're going to have 5 blocks for this. 5 blocks. Okay. Since we've broken it down, we can see quite simply what the robot will be doing. So let's start a new project. So here's our play button. And before we put in steering wheel 1, we're going to go orange and we're going to put in our loop. Here is our loop, and this one will just mean it will loop, go on and on and on. Whatever we put in here, it will do forever and ever. So let's go green. Steering wheel. Let's click on this one, drag it up here. Make sure your ports are the same on your robot as this. Okay, if they are not the same, change them on your program, not on your robot. You can change the speed. Do not play with this. We're not changing the steering, but we're going to make this on. Okay. On just simply means that it will not stop moving forward until something happens. And that something happens. We're going back to orange. And we're going to click on the timer. Yep, we're going to click on the timer. And remember this cool little feature. We click on touch sensor, compare state. We're going to compare the state. Okay, so if pressed state turns on, then something will happen. So if pressed is turned on, and make sure that your port is the same here. All right, so go on your robot, look for the 1, 2, 3 and 4 ports, and make sure that your first port is number 1. If it's not, change it on the program. All right, the next step we're going to do is we're going to drag the steering wheel up again here, and we're going to change this. We're going to make it go backwards, -50. Like that. Okay, and then we're going to change it to on. We want it to go backwards until the touch sensor is triggered again. So click on the orange one, go to the timer, and here we go. You can see we've got the timer again. Isn't this exciting? Now go to touch sensor again, compare state. This time we're changing the port number to whatever is the second touch sensor. Okay, so for me it's number 2. That is it. Now we're going to test it. We're going to plug in our robot, download it and run, and see what happens. If something is not working, then that is because you haven't followed my instructions. Remember to check your ports. Your ports are very important. We can change this as well, but we'll play around with that later. Alright, thank you for watching.